So I was thinking, like, man, I really need to do something like that again, because, it'd been so long. So I was thinking, it's raining. It's like, at least 40 degrees out, minimum, probably 30, probably 20, more like. So I was like, oh, let's just go jump in the reservoir. Like, that's genius, yeah? Like, who does that? Like, me, apparently, But just like, let's just go do that, So, I had my sick friend, Cedar over here. We had his rig, we drove up, I'm sitting there. I'm like, look at the water, like, man, that's pretty cold. That's gonna be a cold one, But it's just like, you just gotta do, what you gotta do, That's just like what you do. And then, so, another thing, like, I don't really own, like, any, swimsuits. I just own Speedos. And it's like, cause that's where I feel, like, most comfortable in my element, is in a Speedo alone, basically. Those are my two, that's my area of expertise, that's my zone. That's my, like, that's where I freaking go, it's just my zone. You gotta live your life, how you want to, Take consideration of the people around you, because that's really who defines you. But in the end, it's your life, Live it, Preach, It's pretty nippy, the like daggers that make up the walkway up there, barefooted, it's kind of chilly, So it's just like, you just gotta do what you gotta do. So I'm sitting there like, all right, how am I gonna jump into this pond so it looks sick, And it's like, me being like the world's like, I don't know, like top, like first, #1, world's best parkour expert, I'm just like, oh, I'll just do a backflip, Because that's kind of like, what I do. And I just nail this backflip, and it's like, when I first hit that landing, it was like, huh, ow, because you get that sudden of the first impact, like all across the water, I hit my chest and my stomach, but it's like, some may call it a belly flop, I can't judge what you are to call it, but I'd call it like a perfectly nailed backflip. Instantly that was gone, because it was just numbed by the temperature of the water, which is like, I don't know, like -400 or something. Mamma mia! Is that like whatever's not right above freezing? Like, yeah, I think -400 is right about there. And I'm sitting there in the water, just like, yo, this is cold. Like, no lie, this is cold. I gotta be hustling right now. Your body, your heart's racing, your blood's pumping, your muscles are tensing, wish I had some. I gotta scatter, like now, like ASAP, because it's pretty heavy. It's like, man, like that was cold. It's raining, it's like -40 degrees out, like -400,000 in the pond. That's where you get that adrenaline, that natural high, and I'm just sitting there like, yo, this is pretty good, you're just feeling top of the world, and you're just sitting there like, yo, it's cold out, and that was dope, but now it's real talk time to get warm. And so I start mobbing back to the car, back to Cedar's rig, and I just start running. But like, I'm just sitting there like, oh, and I grab my towel, and the key for warming up quickly when you're cold like that is to make sure your cameraman gets like at least minimum 45 angles of you filming you like just rub yourself with a towel, You should throw a little flex in there too, that always helps. You're starting to feel good again, your body temperature is back to normal, like whatever it is, like a couple hundred, I don't know. And you're just sitting there like, that was cool, And then, your next problem is it's like 3:30 in the morning, How am I gonna get to school? I got class in like 5 hours, and it's like 10-mile walk to school, I only drive in manual cars, I'm just thinking, I'm on top of the world right now. And that's like how you gotta live your life, is like every day you are on top of the world right now. That's kinda how I live, and I try to live like that. And that's basically why I'm here, Erik out.